let me just start off by saying Jay is not prepared for the mayhem that will begin. Hey guys, I'm Cheyenne. This is Cheyenne Neal, and today is our first episode of the Variety Half Hour. This is my friend Jay. He is a photographer, also a founder of UNC's UVC, a very big proponent of Black art, and all-around amazing model. Jay?
Appreciate it. It's UCV? You done messed that up already.
This is my friend Jay. We met in college. He's a photographer, co-founder of United Creative Arts from UNCC. He's also an artist. You can follow him on Instagram. Jay, what's the Instagram?
At McKenney _Jimmy.
And I'm featured in one of those arts.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So Jay, tell the people a little bit about yourself and what you like to do and basically how you're feeling in the middle of pandemic level quarantine.
Okay. I'm a recent UNCC grad. I enjoy photography. I'm trying to learn more about music, maybe start making music for film and stuff of that nature. It's what I'm really interested in. In terms of the current COVID situation, a little scared, not sure what's going to happen, not sure what's going on. Just going to wait it out.
Yeah. So whenever I think about coronavirus, I'm struck by how differently America has treated coronavirus versus like other countries, like how other countries such as Australia and Germany and Canada have treated the coronavirus versus the US. And obviously our coronavirus cases have gone out of control because we never did a complete shutdown. The government did not give out money to support a full shutdown. Even though other countries get a bi-weekly check from their government to stay home, and now Australia has virtually no COVID-19 cases.
The daily coronavirus death toll has now surpassed 1,000 for the first time since May. And even though some areas are seeing infections level off, some hot spots are on the brink, facing a shortage of ICU beds.
In California, hair salons have been allowed to open outside, even as the state overtakes New York with the most infections.
Testing remains a challenge. Some people are now waiting up to 2 weeks to get their test results.
And this image is a sign of the times. It shows an American tourist boat at Niagara Falls. At the top of the screen, limited to 50% capacity under New York state rules. And on the bottom, a Canadian tourist boat limited to only 6 passengers because of stricter guidelines in Canada.
Jay, if you could do me the honor of picking our first topic.
Shuffle around.
Okay, so he doesn't understand what it says, but I'll let you guys know that it's dairy versus the Black agenda. Those of us who are lactose intolerant understand.
I'm lactose intolerant as well.
Okay, as Black people, all we want to do is live our lives and have fun, enjoy ice cream and cereal. And dairy. Dairy, it's like the instigator of our guts, literally. Yeah. Bringing us down.
Yeah, big shits.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dairy versus the Black agenda.
Agenda.
Listen, I was on a time crunch. Okay, I wasn't even sure if I spelled dairy right. Looking at it from your hand, I thought it said diary.
You know what? I thought the same thing when I picked it up, but then I was like, maybe I just can't read.
I was like, why do I write diary versus the Black agenda? But it's dairy. I myself never thought that I was lactose intolerant. Is the thing. Like, I always had milk at lunch. I always had bowls of cereal. I always had ice cream. Too much ice cream. I'm overweight. But it was never a problem for me until cookout milkshakes. Do you have any thoughts on dairy?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I ate a lot of cereal growing up as a kid. So I don't think I was always lactose intolerant, to be honest with you. But as I got older, it was definitely fucking on my stomach. Like, it was real. So recently I started drinking almond milk. Changed my life.
Yeah.
Changed my life.
Okay, so 2 points on that. Like, my cousin, Gerard's, he was always lactose intolerant. And he would still drink cups of milk But then he would rub his stomach and be like, I'm about to go to the bathroom. So I currently use vanilla unsweetened almond milk. But I also tried oat milk. And it was very thin. It was very thin.
Like water?
Yeah. And weirdly enough, they have a creamy version of oat milk. But I didn't know that was the move. You know, I didn't know that if you were going to get oat milk, that you need to get extra creamy. Nobody told me that.
That doesn't even sound appetizing.
Exactly.
To be honest with you.
So I just switched back to almond milk. And oat milk's out. Regular milk out. Anyway, my point is I wrote that note down because dairy is holding us Black people back as a collective unit. And I want to eat milkshakes every day of summer. It's my God-given right. Like that Trader Joe's woman just throwing. Did you see that?
No. What was she doing?
Did you hear? Now, Jay, did you hear that some woman in Trader Joe's was told to put a mask on or to leave? And so when she was told to leave, she angrily started shouting and throwing items out of her grocery cart.
Just like on the ground?
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a lot of shit in the cart, so she stopped halfway through. She's like, I don't got the time for this. She just walked off.
I was like, I wish a Black person would. They would have tackled them on the ground. I'm not going to go into
2
it.
shots minimum.
The Karens are out here. Now, some people think that calling them Karens is going a little too light on them.
I've heard that, yeah.
But white people hate being called Karen. Yeah. So I think we should just keep going, you know?
Yeah.
That's,
fuck them.
If they would stop being Karens, then we would stop calling them Karens. Yeah. Shout out to the Black Karens out there. I know that every day you breathe this malice in, but I hope you know it's not for you.
Yeah, it's not.
It's for white people who won't leave us alone.
Did you hear about what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell? They finally arrested her.
What'd she do?
The woman who was like cohorts with Epstein.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, did she like lure in the teenagers and then like...
Yeah. Apparently she was just hanging out in New Hampshire or something. Yeah, she came back for a little bit.
People really don't think that they will get in trouble for their crimes.
Yeah.
Like, the only people who think that are Black people, and that's why Russell Simmons is still... He doesn't want to be held accountable. Yeah, it is really gross that so many people connected to Epstein are still free. I'm still annoyed that he was murdered in his cell. And they should release those tapes. Like, he must have been interrogated at some point in police custody. Release the tapes.
People want to see it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. I was reading more about what people want from police reform. Yeah. And they were like, we want the footage, the cam footage uploaded like on a daily basis. So that if I get pulled over by a police officer, I can just go on the police department and look up the footage and be like, yeah, so-and-so pulled me over and he said it was because of this, but that wasn't it, you know? And so it'll make it easier to appeal stops or fines in court, and it'll hold police more accountable.
That's a big part of it, accountability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, at this point, people aren't even mad at like what the police are doing so much that they're not being tried as criminals. Yeah. Like, police officers should not have their own jury, judge, and execution rights. That's not how that works.
Did you hear about what Terry Crews said on Twitter?
I'm about to mute Terry Crews along with Candace Owens and her other white counterparts. He's starting to get into that group of people. Yeah. I don't know why anyone's looking to Terry Crews for advice on race relations after the whole NBC pedacle, whatever. At this point, I'm like, if Gabrielle Union doesn't retweet what Terry Crews says, I don't need to see it.
Yeah, Terry Crews is definitely becoming a mess. Weed him out.
Yeah. And earlier we were talking about how Michael B. Jordan had to go through therapy after playing Killmonger just to like remember who he is as a person. Yeah. And, you know, thinking back on the roles of Terry Crews, from White Chicks to What's that police show?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, I feel like he really took those things in. Like, he was in that environment where he was like, you know, I'm big, but I'm soft. And white people like me because I'm me. And I don't like black people because they're mean to me. And that's just where he's going now. Yeah. His political opinions are as irrelevant as a second grader's.
Ooh,
so, okay, so we're going to go into topic 2. This time, ladies' choice. Oh, we're going to be talking about sexual fluidity. This is fun. I guess I'll start us off.
Right.
So, I first learned about like people being different sexualities around 5th or 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started learning about people just like not being straight. Okay, so at first I only knew like basically gay and straight. And then I learned like bi. And then in 6th to 7th grade, that's when a lot of girls came out as bi. No men. Not many men came out as bi. It was like, so my middle school, it was like 2 gay guys, 10 bi girls, and everyone else was straight. But none of the bi girls ever dated each other. They dated men, but they were like, I'm bi. This also coincided with like the scene age. So it was like bangs, beanies, bi, rar. What was your experience like?
For me, I think I guess it was the same age when I started to realize that everyone wasn't straight. Honestly, it's definitely a universal thing. The whole scene, culture, influencing people to I wouldn't even say be bi, just not be the norm within the norm. It really
like
is that.
Being special and like original and like rare and unique. What was it? Everyone wanted to be it's like quirky. Everyone and their mom wanted to be quirky. They were talking about Zems, the Invader, Rar, Grr. Oh, it was so much shit, man. And I loved it.
Oh, you were seeing it?
I had 3 Grr shirts. I had pink and blonde hair. I was friends with every one of those bi girls.
We would not have been friends in that age.
You're probably right. I was out here trying to scream. I did some screamo songs.
Oh.
I was out.
Where are the tapes? Where are the tapes? Kenneth Brandon, where are the tapes?
You know that shit ain't here anymore. I deleted my Facebook, so no remnants of this past exist. But yeah, like on the sexuality fluid thing, it's kind of interesting because for the longest time, I was like, why does LGBT have a T in it? I was like, is trans a sexuality? And I met my first trans woman in middle school as well. Like my friend, my mom brought over a transgender woman. But I didn't know what that was. I was just like, this lady is very tall and she doesn't have boobs. But she had like long blonde hair and she was wearing like flare pants and like a hippie shirt. So I just thought it was like a weird woman. And she taught me how to like make those little shell choker things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about romantics. So I still didn't understand how trans community related to like LGBT and gay rights and being bi and lesbian and all that jazz. Yeah, it wasn't really talked about in my house. We watched RuPaul's Drag Race and like other gay shows, but it was just like those people are gay and we're not. And then my mom started dating a woman when I was in high school. It was like 9th grade. And she didn't even talk to us about it. We just woke up one day and this lady's leaving her room. And I'm like, who that? And my mom brings me and my brother into the living room and she's like, yeah, this is my new friend. Like Janet or whatever. I don't even remember her name. And I was just like, yo, my mom, bye. Just like those girls at school. So low-key, I thought I had a cool mom. And that's around the time when I had my first girl crush, like in 7th grade. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm also bi. But I didn't tell anyone because I thought that they thought that I would be like the other girls who were attention seeking. So I didn't tell anyone I was bi until 10th grade.
When the scene kid era died.
Yeah.
The opportune moment.
pretty much when I moved to North Carolina, when I didn't have any of my old friends yet, I was like, yes, I am bi. And no one, yeah. Because I was scared that, like, if I said I was bi with my friends in Florida, everyone would just be like, oh, you're just saying that because all your friends are bi, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, originality is dead. So I originally thought of this topic because one of my male friends, who always thought he was straight, like, as an adult, the more he got around gay and queer people, the more he was like, you know, maybe some men are hot. And, like, he doesn't particularly think that men are, like, sexually attractive, but he's, like, able to see why people would be attracted to men.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I thought that was normal.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
I was like, but don't we all have that? But then I was coming from the point where I was like, well, I'm bi. So I think women and men are attractive. So maybe that's why I can see why anyone could be attracted to them. So yeah, what's your thoughts? Tell the people your sexuality and your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, I'm straight, but
sorry guys.
But yeah, no, that's an interesting topic when it comes to being able, as a straight man, being able to say whether or not another man is attractive. Because definitely in the Black community, a straight man judging the appearance of another straight man, or just a man in general, really, is like taboo. It's not something you're supposed to be doing. I remember I had a roommate back when I was in at A&T, and somebody had asked him if somebody was handsome or something like that. I don't know, but he was talking about another guy, and he was like, "Nah, that's gay, blah, blah, blah," and all the other stuff. And I just thought it was weird because I was like, "Nah, he good looking dude." Like, yeah, like
you don't want to say it, or
let's just speak the facts.
Yeah.
I always thought, like, how are you supposed to, like, judge whether or not you're attractive if you can't point out who and who isn't, you know, attractive, at least to your eye.
That's true. Yeah, because even thinking back to that, like, I can't think of many Black male, like, famous people or comedians or actors that people were just like, yeah, that man's attractive. Mm-hmm. Like, for the longest time, it was just Denzel and nothing else.
Yeah, right? Why was Denzel such a hard standard? And
I didn't think Denzel was that attractive. So I was like, yeah, and I don't even think he's that attractive. Mm-hmm. Like, he's average. Mm-hmm. He's just an average looking dude. And so, like, I thought McKenney was cute, but everybody was shitting on McKenney.
Wait.
Listen.
That wasn't normal, though.
I was watching Wild 'N Out, and I was like, that boy is cute. Drumline, when he was... My point is, the Black people I thought were cute, like, nobody was really caping for them. And the people that they deemed attractive before Michael B. Jordan and the guy from Get Out came out, it was just Denzel.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all don't even think Ice Cube is cute. Like, who am I?
Wait. You thought Ice Cube?
Yeah, young Ice Cube is cute.
Probably.
I can even
I wouldn't doubt it.
I can even see why people thought Eazy-E was hot. And I mean, I don't think Snoop Dogg was ever hot. Yeah, you know, Eazy-E had that. He had a cute face. Yeah. Anyway, that's not sexuality. My point is, I don't have a point. I think sexuality is super fluid. It's like the right person with the right features might just be the right one. Mm-hmm. But also there's people that are just like hardline, I'm not fucking anything without a dick. And like, I can respect that too. It's all up to the person. I personally, like, there's people who are bi, but also don't like trans people. And I'm like, that's kind of transphobic. Because if you like men and you like women, and you see a person and you like them until you find out what's in their pants, that's kind of like, that's an error. But I understand if someone doesn't want to date a trans person because they're lacking in a certain equipment that they prefer. But
equipment.
Yeah, it's weird. Because I don't think that it's a tricky subject for me.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to a trans person who's already had an operation done, then what is it?
I mean, for me personally, it doesn't matter what you have. It's like, it's mostly in the face for me. But I'm like wondering, at what point do other people find like how much does a trans person have to do to be what they are? Like, how far does a trans woman have to go for you to recognize them as a woman and to date them as a woman? And yeah.
I think I don't know how big this is in the trans community, but whether or not you're passing, I think holds a lot of weight. And it really probably just boils down to optics, like what people can perceive just off face value.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to regard you, regardless of the fact.
Because there's been so many more reports on how like trans women are getting hurt or like literally just murdered. And it's like it all comes down to transphobia, because it's not like they're hurting you, but the people that are attracted to them are scared because they're like, damn, does this make me gay? It's like, no, there's different sections. They don't identify as a man. So no, you don't like the appearance of a man. You like the appearance of this woman who's just new to womanhood. Mm-hmm. And so I think that like people need to leave the whole body part behind, because it's like we don't just exist in our bodies. We exist online, we exist in our heads, we exist with our friends. And to just like embrace what people give you instead of what you perceive from what they have, which is still not fluidity. What was I talking about?
It sounds like a good take.
My point is, you do not have to just be a lesbian, gay, or bi. Some people are like heteronormative, where they like the opposite gender, but they can look at the same gender occasionally and be like, I could kiss you, maybe. And then there's like totally straight people who are like, nah, you know, like you, where it's just like, I ain't trying to be with a boy. And I think it's completely normal to be able to say someone's attractive without wanting to be with them. Mm-hmm. It's just optics. And now for our final topic. Jay, could you do us the honors?
Relatable shows.
Okay, that's an easy one. Do you have any off the top of your head?
I don't know if I have any relatable shows for me specifically. Mm-hmm. But like from the outside looking in, I feel like Insecure is a very relatable show.
Oh man, I can't even finish, like, I can only watch 2 episodes of Insecure a day because otherwise I get like PTSD. That's how relatable Insecure is. Where I'm like, oh.
This is me. This is unrepressing memories.
Insecure makes me so uncomfortable because of how relatable it is. Mm. Like, I am Issa and Molly. Do you know, like, the worst. And Molly. I'd be like, damn. Another show I find super relatable is, I found Everybody Hates Chris pretty relatable. Because I, like, the way they were living was, like, very kind of my family, but to a smaller degree, where it was like we had to go to laundromats to do our laundry, and we were in charge of each other, like me and my brother. So if one fucked up, we both all fucked up. It's not everybody fucked up. Yeah. I don't know. Just like having that, it was like a realistic family environment to me, where not everyone's happy every day, but not everyone's like slamming doors in your face. Like I couldn't understand even Stevens or like some of those other white shows, because I was like, that's not how we get down. You know, my mom's not making me breakfast every day. She might make breakfast once a week, but like it was just not realistic.
Yeah. Your mother definitely never had the time to make us breakfast like that.
Yeah, I was like, so y'all don't have working parents? Yeah. Like I remember watching Lizzie McGuire, and I was like, how are her family? Her parents were like always in the kitchen, and they were always there. I was like, this doesn't seem correct.
Yeah, work.
Yeah, whereas with Everybody Hates Chris, it was like more of a focus on school and like being home with your siblings and like crushes and stuff. And I was like, yes, my childhood was spent at home or at my friend's house or at school. We didn't go to Italy. We didn't. We weren't out here taking family trips.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
We went to Six Flags, and that was the biggest adventure so far. Another show I found relatable was like the Mindy Project, which was not relatable because I'm a gynecologist, but because I am a very selfish woman.
I've actually never seen the show.
It's so
funny. My friend Mindy came in though.
Yes, it's basically her to the 9th degree, where she's like, she walks into the building and it's like, hey guys, your favorite person's here. And like, that's me. And when she gets frustrated, she just lays down on the ground and pretends she's dying, which is also me.
Well, my plan was to marry rich and then stop working, or to marry old and then when the guy died inherit all his money, but old guys think I have sass mouth.
Do you know when I die in my will, I leave all of my money to Tina Fey?
My body is very attracted to your body, but when you speak, my brain gets angry.
So,
It relates a lot.
I'm a very dramatic person. Okay, Grownish was kind of relatable to me. They were a little too rich, but I kind of related on the Black college level, where it's like some of your friends are really into that whole teppery, and other of your friends don't even think racism exists, and so it's just like college really gives you the range.
Yeah, it does.
That's just classified school survival guide. So that was pretty relatable.
Mm.
It was white, but very relatable. It was the first show I saw where like the school was actually outside, like my school was. Like it wasn't just one big building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I never went to a school that was just one building and you stayed in the building until school was out. It's like you go to different buildings for different stuff.
That's how my elementary school was.
Yeah.
But middle school and high school, definitely just one big ass building. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone to that type of school.
Yeah. Maybe the gym was separate.
Yeah.
And I think the lunch, cafeteria or whatever place was separate. But mostly it was just one big building.
I always wanted to go to one big building.
You don't.
Because I'm nosy, so I'd be like, where everybody at? You know, I'm tired of seeing the same people.
When you're in one big building, you realize how many students go to your school, and you're like, why the infrastructure is not set up right. But a relatable like scene in a lot of shows for me, like my childhood growing up, was just like, you know, you getting together with a group of friends, riding bikes around. Like you see that in just about any movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, Goonies. It was in It. It's in a lot of movies.
It was, I guess.
Yeah. That's an aspect that in those shows I'm like, oh, I had this part, you know, my childhood at least.
Outro, outro, out, outro, outro, out, outro, outro, out. So, thanks for watching. This has been the Variety Half Hour. I'm Cheyenne, and thank you for my special guest, Jay McKenney.
Hey.
I will put his social media up top and down below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Drinking. I don't want people getting product placement without running that check.
I support that.
I was out.
Where are the tapes? Where are the tapes? Kenneth Brandon, where are the tapes?
You know that shit ain't here anymore.